Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and this is our Man the Guns game as Japan, which I haven't named yet, but that's okay. We finished organizing our fleets pretty much. It has occurred to me that I forgot to set up my subs quite how I would like them. There we go. So we've got subs now to operate in all three regions, and they are all appropriately colored and all that good stuff. Okay, we also didn't put any admirals in charge of our fleets, so let's do that now. The way you have admirals is you have admirals in charge of each task force, I believe. It's not... Or, no, you have an admiral in charge of each fleet, I think. Yes, one admiral per fleet, not per task force. Okay, so for you... Wow, this guy's good. We want, yeah, spotter, air controller, all-round best boy, basically, can be in charge of this fleet. Then you can have secondary best boy. Maybe a good battleship guy for one of them would be sensible. But I think we're just going to go with the very best. And then I think the fact that you only have one admiral per fleet means we should have our submarine forces should be under a different fleet, so that we can have someone training specifically to become a submarine expert. Seems smart to me. You are just the reserve, so let's do it that way. This is just the main theater, and this is the reserve. Okay, reserve ships like that. Good. Insofar as we don't understand how fleet reserves work, we won't worry too much about operating them like normally. So these guys are a subfleet, and they're going to operate here, here, and here. You can base you out of here because you don't need to deploy very rapidly with subs because they're already deployed. Strike forces are the ones that you need to be based out of somewhere really nearby because they're only going to actually leave port when it's time for combat. Now, who's going to command our glorious sub forces across the Atlantic? Sorry, Pacific, because they're going to do... Well, this guy already has submarine Seawolf, but he's 111. Well, I suppose he has opportunities to learn. We'll go with him. We can assign traits. He'll want Silent Hunter, I think. So that he can fire his torpedoes at convoys without revealing himself to escorts. That's my thinking there. I think the game sounds a bit too loud. Sorry, I'll turn that down. Okay. Now, do we want anything else? Yes, so the subs... Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how the composition editor works. Maybe it only works when you actually lose a ship to combat, not just when you lose a ship because you, like, you know, got rid of one of the ships. I think maybe that's how it works. I think we're going to go with pack of 10 submarines. It's going to be the strategy. Save that. Why is that? That looks weird. Why are these changing shape? Alright, pack of 10. And then we'll have them... yeah, so anything over that, I would like to split off. So if I could select half and then one more into a new into the reserve fleet. No, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I'm still figuring out these controls. There we go. I can select them this way. Right. It's that button that I needed. It's not telling me how many I have selected. That's unhelpful. There we go. No, that was too few. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 10 there, and remove one from there, and then these two, just tell them that they should be the 10 packs. Good. Now, if any of these guys die, they should automatically reinforce back up to 10. Theoretically. You guys can all merge and go into the reserve fleet. And the reserve fleet itself... What symbol should we use for the reserve fleet? Let's use the default symbol for armies. That seems like a, you know, just kind of default. Good default symbol. And we should make it white. Yeah, sure. Reserve can be white. And you guys, I'll set to the spotting spotting fleets. Oh, that's a wolf pack, so you should come under here. And get your appropriate symbol and color. Good. You are already set. You need assigning. There's a spotting. And you are both set. Good. For the main task forces, I don't think we'll worry too much about that for now. We'll do those manually. Well, why though? Yeah, no, why? Let's go with what, 2, 2, 5, 5, 20. We could probably support, but that seems like a lot of ships. Let's go 2, 2, 5, 10. So this is a what should we call this? Like a half-size battle group? I don't know. This is a main battle group. Save. Good. Okay. And we will take out stuff that's under that. So they are slightly under on some things. We'll see if they reinforce up there. Over on carriers. Oh, they have an interesting. They have a converted carrier. It's 60. A converted battleship class carrier. That's interesting. Well, we will remove him. You can go and join this task force. And this task force, we will set to be a main battle group. It's almost already there. Cool. Okay, good. All set on the Navy now. I think we got commanders in charge of everything. Reserve doesn't need a commander. And the reserve really should just be in here, shouldn't it? Now I think about it. That's fine. Cool. Okay, all set. Troops moving to their positions. These guys ready for the border conflict there. Next thing to do is set up our production for the Navy. And we're going to need to take a look at what different carrier classes we have and what different, different types of submarines we want to have and all that kind of good stuff. I think we're going to want to have some mining submarines so that we can mine this area while not actually actively engaging the British fleet. And then we'll launch our strikes. Because while we're mining up this area and hurting the British that way, we'll be launching many, many naval invasions to take over the Pacific Island chains and the Philippines, I think. And I want to focus on that while we do mines down here. That seems good. Okay. So currently we have mining destroyers, screening destroyers. Let's see what's in these. So the mining destroyers are just mine layers. Okay. And so they have these two to lay. They have two mine laying. These guys are both torpedo equipped, heavily torpedo equipped, and they have some depth charges so they can fight subs. Now we need to make sure that in our fleets, the kind of destroyers we have in the screening fleets must be screen destroyers, not mine-laying destroyers. So can I save that over spotting 1010? Sorry, to spotting 10.1. And does that automatically update this one? No, I'm gonna need to go through and do that, I think. Yeah, because if we have the the mine-laying destroyers, they barely have any torpedoes. They're not going to be useful as filling this role. Does enter work there? It does. Good. Is there a shortcut key for open task force editor? No. I wonder if I could mod that in. I probably could if I took the time. Okay, so these guys are all set up correctly now. And these now, do we have any mine-laying subs right now? Sub-wise, we have 3 different classes. We have one with level 1, one with less torpedo launchers, and one with mine-laying tubes. Okay, so the mine-laying tubes one should get the mining symbol. And maybe we work by symbol rather than name. Maybe we don't rename all these. It would make my life easier. We don't need to. I don't know why we'd want these. Well, I mean, they are quite a bit cheaper. So if we're just fighting convoys, I guess we'd want these super cheap subs. But we're going to want to build sub 2s anyway, so we'll decommission these. And these, actually. The mine-laying ones, no, we'll even decommission those. Because we're going to want to use submarine 2 hulls. Because they're harder to detect. We won't want to build any more early cruiser hulls or early destroyer hulls. Just want to get rid of the stuff that we're no longer using. These are too large, so we'll definitely not build any of those. We don't really want to use any converted cruiser hulls now that we have the carrier 2 hulls. So no more of those. And no more converted battleship hulls either. Are they... What is the difference in these two? They're slower. They have more HP, which is kind of interesting. They have more flexible slots. What about fuel usage? They use more fuel. That's a pretty bad change. Yeah, I don't think we're going to go with converted battleships. We don't need to build any early heavy ships either. Or coastal defense ships. Okay, so I think we're good with these. Now, so just operating on subs first. Oh, I can't do that. Subs like this. Okay. So, we're going to want your basic anti-convoy submarine. Well, we can't actually design more ships right now because I don't have any naval experience, so I shouldn't really worry about this too much. What we want to do in terms of getting these done, I think, is just get the small ships banged out as soon as possible. That is not a small ship at the top there. But yeah, we want to get all these done. And then we can figure out what we want to do with them. These guys need to go up to 5. No new restriction, by the way. Ships can only have 10 assigned to them unless they're convoys. But convoys aren't really ships. And capital ships can only have 5 dockyards assigned to them each. So capital ships are much more valuable now. Which is interesting. Okay, and those guys can all just assign directly. Oh, I should name this reserve. This is the reserve. Okay, you guys can all just go straight into the reserve, so that I don't need to worry about where we assign them. And yeah, don't produce more than you're currently on. And then what I'll do is just when we finish production of this initial line of ships, which could take a while, then we'll worry about what ships to produce next. Maybe we don't produce this Congo, because it's a tier 1 heavy ship. Well, no, maybe we do, because we don't have the XP to immediately begin production of a tier 2 heavy ship. So fine, we'll finish building the Congo. Yeah, so we've maxed out the production on those. Good. Obviously not going to need any ships for repairs. Only one of these. That seems good. And I want the larger ships, so smaller ships produced first. Yes, good. Okay. Still insufficient resources, but that's fine. Okay, time to unpause. Let's keep on keeping on. We will do this. We'll cheat on the treaties before we design our ships, obviously. But first things first, let's let's test the Soviets. We're gonna need to complete this focus first. All right, speed 5 it. Roar through some time here. We're full on fuel, which makes me think we should immediately start building fuel refineries. Because we're not going to be full on fuel for very long. Yeah, give me a fuel refinery here. Oh, we're building in Tokai first. Give me a fuel refinery here as soon as you're done on the infrastructure. Because I don't want to... yeah, I don't want to have fuel just going to waste. Because right now, from our 19 fuel... Wait, 19? How'd it go up to 19? Are we importing? I'm importing 2 fuel from the US. That seems bad. I don't really want to be importing from the US. Well, we can reduce it slightly. In fact, actually, we're full on fuel. Let's cease all imports. Yeah. I mean, obviously. Why would we be... why would we do otherwise? Actually, I suppose we should do that after that. So we finish this infrastructure first. Okay, any other... Yeah, you should be that color. Good. Alright, so we're just going into these focuses then. I like how we got our fleet organized. I think this looks good for an operation against China. And where necessary, we can create a new force from the... oops. What have I done? Shouldn't you be in here? I don't understand. Like, you're... Maybe that's the problem. Maybe because this doesn't have automatic reinforcement turned on. Like, why? Yeah, why did that just happen? Why are you... What? Is it because they're docked in different places? Like, you guys should all be based out of here. Why is he moving into the reserve fleet? That's very strange. If he had a mission, would he still do that? Yeah, the second he finishes his... getting to his mission. What are you doing, my man? I don't understand that. Might be a bug. Why is he so keen? Maybe it's because they're merging? No? I mean, they have automatic reinforce set. And we should have automatic split off enabled for the subs, I think. Because they'll be able to safely, like, secretly go home. Why are you doing that? I'm confused. And then he's appeared here. Where did you come from? What is going on? Oh, right, actually, another good point. While we have full fuel, let's exercise. And we should name these as well so we know where we're sending ships. This is main battle group. This is secondary battle group. While we have full fuel, let's exercise the main battle group. So that we can get some naval XP. What we want, ideally, is our fuel to be, like, you know, at balance. But what I guess we'll do to accomplish that is just exercise every so often. So we could cheat on the treaties, but we don't need to do that yet. You can do this at any time, right? I think. So what happened here? Why did you split? And why are you doing that? Let's try... He just really wants to be a reserve fleet. I'm so confused. Why are you doing this? The new naval experts. Nice. 2 new dockyards. And the German Reich has started their warfare. So let's purge immediately. Which are we going to go on these? Probably got to go air fleet, right? Rather than the ultimate battleship. Yeah. So let's purge the faction. Gain that stability. Exercising is getting us a relatively good amount of naval XP. It must be a bug, right? The fact that these guys are just doing that. How about if we, you know, let's kill that fleet. There goes the German Civil War. So we could send volunteers, actually. Yeah. Yeah. We should do that. Let's send some volunteers to Germany. Just for the XP, you understand. We don't actually really care about supporting Germany. And we should side with the Germans because they're the weaker faction and therefore the ones that are more likely to give us more XP if we help them live longer. Oh, right, and we should send air volunteers as well. But we'll use fuel, though, so let's cease the naval exercises. I need... Oh, you can get XP on ships from this, and you can also get XP on planes now, and you can exercise your planes, too. Lots of new cool stuff. All right, give me those... Well, maybe 3... I mean, 3 wolf packs is right, so let's just stick with that for now, I guess. You have 1 too many... cruisers. And you have 1 too many destroyers. Let's just fix that. Make it all neat and tidy. So you guys have too few carriers. You're set to yeah. They have automatic reinforcement is enabled. It will pull ships from the reserve fleet of the theater in order to match the requirements set. It will never return ships. But it just isn't. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask in the Paradox YouTuber Discord. Has anyone managed to get reserve fleets to actually reinforce your task forces. Let's see if anyone else knows how the heck you do this. But we just won't worry about it. Why did you get removed? Go in the reserve fleet. Good. Okay. Cool. Well, let's get our troops arrived into Germany. Support the Reich against the military junta. We can't set a precedent of the military just taking control from the rightful ruler. Otherwise, you know, we have a powerful military, so that could cause some serious problems. Oh, we produce civil factories slowly. That's interesting. And this makes everything more expensive because of that way that's balanced. But we can influence that, right? We have a... Where's the bit about that? Oh, it's here. We can ally with them, but that's if you go strengthen. Right, so it's here. We have to guide them. So we've arrived in Hinterpommern. We will engage in an immediate offensive here to prevent this encirclement. Or it looks like the Germans are pulling off an encirclement. Interesting. I mean, the Reich is pulling off an encirclement. We will immediately deploy here with our secondary field marshal and see if we can get some army XP out of it all, which seems good. And the guys up here probably don't need capture equipment bonuses. Yeah, I don't think you need anything assigned just yet. We obviously don't want to cap out on command power is what I'm thinking, so maybe the Wolfpack guy can get another one? No? How about the main battle fleet guy? Yes, he can. Okay. Fighter director, dive bomber, or torpedo bomber. Air attack, fighter sortie efficiency. I think it's got to be naval bombers, right? Let's buff his naval bombers. And then we're likely to be fighting fleets larger than ourselves. So let's give him Lone Wolf so that he makes enemy fleets. When you're fighting a fleet larger than yourself, you get a positioning bonus. Lone Wolf increases the effect of that. And sure, let's make us good at withdrawing. Okay. Cool. Well, we will get involved in the German Civil War in the next episode. Until then, thank you ever so very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there's lots of fleet micromanagement going on, but we'll get there. We'll get there. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.